Because God will work in you first before He can work for you and through you. In fact, it's the work that He does in you that becomes the answers to your prayers. That seasons of change is always the time where God develops spiritual maturity and character in the saints. But the good thing is that God uses the season to stretch us. He uses the season to bless us as well. I remember several years ago, I had my first 2 kids in succession. I had my first baby, and into the 10th month, realized I was pregnant again. Of course, for married women, you know what that means. I wasn't happy about that. And it happens oftentimes, so be warned, especially when you're newly married. Yes, after that one, I didn't waste time in doing the needful so that I will not be pregnant again. And after about 3 years, I thought it was time to have another baby. We began to plan for another baby. Baby was not coming. But eventually after the 3rd year, I believe, I found out I was pregnant. And it turned out to be a problem pregnancy. Because from the 1st month, I was looking like I was in my 9th month. So I knew it was unusual. By the time we saw the doctor, when I was about 5 months, doctor realized that the baby was sick. We released our faith for the baby to be healed, but we lost the baby. So the baby died inside of me. So the summary is that I had a miscarriage and went through all the process. It was a tough season for both of us. In fact, so many things were happening in that season. I discovered at the end of it all that God intended to grow my faith, because He told my husband, He said, tell your wife, Franca, that this time around, she's not going to ride on your faith. She has been on your faith all these years. She has to build her faith to overcome this challenge. And I can tell you that since that incident, my faith has been on the increase. That was when it changed for me. When it came to faith, I started building my faith personally. I was no longer relying on my husband's faith. After all, he's a pastor. After all, it's him that God called. You know, all those things we say. I was not there when God called him, right? So let him faith the faith, and I will ride on the faith. When the time came, rubber met the road. I had to sit up because it was a life-threatening experience I had. And since then, I can tell you that I've been building my faith. I understand how to stand in faith for myself. We grow through change.